All right, hi guys, Andrew here. Gonna do another quick 2 or 10 grind. Had a few questions, just want to go over something quick. So again, I play with the Golf Clash Notebook app on my screen because it's a Samsung device. And I also, when I'm using this app, I play with this wind arrow, which a lot of people don't do. A lot of people add elevation. Instead of, I use true elevation, so whatever the real elevation is, and then plus this arrow. I don't add elevation because that's what this tool is really for. And, and we'll go through some of that. What I wanted to go through quickly is one question I had was while you're making your adjustments, so let's say on this shot, okay, so this is a tour 10 par 3, and this hole actually has a big true elevation of 30 plus the wind arrow. There's not many in the game, but this is one of them. And let's say, okay, so I'm going to plug in my 30, and that's never going to change. It's always 30. And let's say on this particular hole, we had a wind that looked, oh, one sec here. Okay, that looked like it was this way. So right to left. Sorry about this. I'm not used to this pen. And say it was 5 miles an hour. So to right to left. So we would play, so 5 miles an hour. Okay. And let's say there was a little bit like something that looked like that. Okay. And so what this would be, because this here is our min area, okay, on this shot with a sniper. And let's say this is our max area. Okay. So we want to land where the black dot is, and where we're pulling is straight across. So therefore, we would be using that 5.4 because we're in the min. Okay, we got our wind arrow on there. So five, what was I, five wind? Anyway, whatever it was, we would pull 5.4 across. And that's what we would be because where we're pulling, we are vertically the same as our landing area. Okay, but what changes is, let's say we had a 8 mile an hour wind in our face. Okay, so see, now it's 10.2 into the bid. Okay, so when we're pulling our ring, so we still want to land in that same spot, but when we're pulling, we'll probably be somewhere, say, in there. We have to envision where is roughly 10 rings at that. So now what we do is we take that point, okay, as opposed to where the max is. So that looks to be about, say, a 30% in roughly, or say 40% in, whatever you think it is. Okay. And you see mid is 50. So you would have to say, look, you're closer now to you're not the 10.2 anymore. You would come up short. You're now closer to probably 11. But that's where this slider comes in. Okay. So we had 8 miles an hour in our face. Okay. And if we use this slider, okay, we said, hey, we're in about the 30% mark, right? And see there, it's 11.2, right? Because we're not quite into mid. See, like the mid would be 11.9. We're short of that. We would be guessing. So we're like, maybe it's around 11. And that's okay for now. And to be honest, when you're getting used to the app, and you're not used to this, there's just not enough time to do it all. If you find that you do have time, I mean, play around with it. But you'll get faster with the app and be able to use this to say, okay, I'm adjusting there. It's probably about 30, and that would be 11 too. But you could just sort of guess in your mind. The 50% was 11.9. Hey, it's short of that. I'm going to guess like 11 rings or whatever. And that'll still get you real tight. I mean, point two, we're, nitpicking a little bit, but, when you get to the higher tours, and especially like a hole like this, if you don't get within a couple yards, you're not going to win the hole. And so just getting more experience with the way the app is being used. So that hopefully that answers that for now. So let's play some Golf Clash. And we're going to grind a bit on 2 or 10. And hopefully we get some different holes than we got yesterday. My intention is to hopefully help guys that haven't, got to 2 or 10 yet. Maybe guys that are there, that may be struggling with the par threes. Hopefully, we get the par threes in, and that's where, you know. And I might for all like, please, if you see me that doing something that you think is something better, please message me. Let me know. We're here to work together and try and get better as a group. All right, so let's get at it. So we're gonna try. We lost a game, so we're gonna try and. My goal is always to try and get a 10 game win streak. I had one earlier. So I usually, I'm going to go at it, see if I can get a streak going. If I lose, I'm going to go again. And, and then if I just can't get it, I'll quit. But the goal is to try and put a 10 gamer together. So we've got 0 elevation here on this hole. Use our Thor's hammer. We don't need anything special here for balls. Go with the Titan. And we want the hammer. So 13-2 with the Thors. Upright. Okay, so we're going to be definitely into max is 10.5. So see where I'm landing. I want to land a little bit. I want to land about there. So that's about a 2-ring adjustment up. So I'm going to pull 10.4. And then I'm going to give it a little juice, just a touch. And hopefully that wind effect doesn't take me too far. Oh, geez. Oh, you know what? I forgot to put max top on it. Okay, so we start off with a shitty shot. I'm finding it hard to play while I'm doing these videos because when I'm talking, I'm not paying attention to what I'm doing. So I think I would have to look back, but I think I just forgot to put the max top spin on it that the Thor has. So our next shot, if we have a headwind, we're going to be in a bit of trouble because we're too far back. This guy's got a berserker out. What's he going to do? This looks like a lot of ball, dude. Let's see, is he going to try it? He's going to try and put one way out there. It's dangerous. See, stuff like this that this guy's doing, this is where we beat guys. Because there's just no need for this. Like, I didn't hit a good shot, but all he had to do was just do what I did, like, normal. And look, he's just, like, it's craziness, right? And this, you beat guys because they just go nuts all the time. I mean, this hole, you just hit it down the middle and hit it down the middle. I hit a bad shot. I should be up more where this would just be an easy shot. But anyway, so 11 went here-ish. Let's see, let's get up a bit. Yeah, so there. Oops. 11, 0. So that's about 12.7 rings. Get over. So we're going to say about there. So I'm going to pull the 2. I always find it easier to find the 2.7-ish first and then do, the 10 at the end. Okay, so we came down 3 rings there. We're going to just give this, not max, but close to it. And I don't mind being a little short here. Just tap in a rapier or whatever I have, an end bringer at the end. And this shot, the next shot that I have, you'll see how there's a big left to right here. I don't know what, people go way up left and then try and dribble it down the hill. I don't get that shot. You just play a little backspin and just straight into the hole. I've seen guys so many times from where I am trying to do that stuff. Like this guy, what are we doing here? A white ball now. Now he's... Anyway. See, for me, if I was grinding and I'm trying to get points fast, just quit the hole. I mean, if you're going to play a white, well, you're wasting both our time. I don't get it. Like, I would have just forfeited, got to another hole if I was him. Or tried to do something, like, with a real ball. All right, so... Okay, so let's crack this chest. Get an open spot. All right, there's one. Yeah, I find a lot on this tour, especially on this account where my trophy count's a little lower, is that guys are always going nuts. My cat's yakking. What? What? That's the dude, my cat. So this hole, I've went over again yesterday. I've been trying to always go down the right side here. The left is a more sinkable rough bump, except it's not as high percentage to get it in the fairway. You can go to the short right pad on the right. If you have a big topper, you could just blast it with a big amount of, and it's a rough bump out to the long fairway. If you go to the first pad, then you have a sniper shot in. I just find it's just not as a good shot down that right side. I'm not sure if he's going to be okay here. He's sort of down the middle. Yeah, that's no good. So he's got to have the trees. I guess someone trying to gift us. Let's see here. Maybe because I have the right to left wind and that he's messed up, we'll just try and go down the left side here. Let's get a normal. Where's my... there it is. Oh, no, not that one. I just want a kingmaker here. I got lots of balls, so we're going to blow some. Okay. So it's an 8-4 wind. I just know max rock is about 1-1 +1. So it's going to be about a 9-ish ring adjustment. And I know my wind effect is going to push me left. And I'm hoping just to get left, like hit the rough and... one sec here. That was a bit of an overplay. Hopefully it bounces in the rough and then bounces back out into the fairway. That's the intention. Okay, so we missed the rough, but we didn't put crazy amounts of spin or overpower. Now, the problem with this shot is once in a blue moon, there's a tree above me. And you got to be careful that you don't hit that tree. Hopefully I'm past the point. I might not be. So you have to be careful if, like, let's say on my next shot, I have a right to left wind. You got to look at where you are in the tree to not pull too far. And you'll see your ball guide disappear. That means you're in the tree. And I've done that before where I just like pulled my adjustment, but didn't notice the ball guide disappeared. I was just concentrating on my ring adjustment. And all of a sudden, you're in the water. So see what this guy did is no good. You gotta be way left or way right. The safety shot on this hole is going to that first pad on the right, quarterback or rock, and then just playing a sniper rough bump. Oh, he got through. Okay. So, well, he's got a shot anyway. Okay, so we should be at thorn range. Now, where are we? See, we're in the tree there. All right, well, let's put as much right spin as we can on it. And I don't think we're going to be, no, I think we're good. So, that's thorn, so we want to be max thorn because we're pulling back and we don't want to be in a different club. Just play more topspin. Come on, you prick. Something like that. Okay, so thorn. So you don't use the wind arrow with rough bumps. We're max thorn, so 3.5. Didn't see the ball guy disappear, hopefully. And this should be pretty close. Okay, so we pulled a touch too far. So see how I was in the max 3.5 and pulled backwards though? But I didn't think it was enough to pull it out of that 3.5, but apparently it was. A 3.4 might have been closer. But it might still have been a little too much. So that's something to keep in mind there. Like, so that, see, if I had my notebook in front of me, I would just say, so you write down your yardage of your drive, right? And I'm going to take a picture of my book later and I'll show you how I make notes. And you write down the yardage of your drive and then see, so if I get that shot ever again, right, I would put max thorn position minus 0.2, right? Because that would have been close to going in. And then and so if I had my notebook open, okay, my drive was blah, 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 340 or something. And then I know it's max minus 0.2. And in tournaments, that's how you get dialed in the tournaments. Is you make those notes off your drive, the area you're in. You know, you just miss one way, and then by the time the final round comes around, you could really get those shots dialed in just by making good notes. And I'm a bit of a nerd that way. I like to, some guys just like to play. I like to do the notes and try, that's the fun part for me is the notes and you know, like when something you've really tried to make good notes and then you start sinking the shot every time from a certain point. It's pretty gratifying. All right, I didn't see what hole we're playing here. It's always a good idea. See the hole pops up. Get your club ready. You want to use. Okay, luckily I'm not shooting first, so this will be an APOC shot. So I always play the shot on the right here, even in the big wind. You blast out a APOC with full curl and try and get into the fairway because it's a pretty simple. If you get down far enough, pretty simple end bringer shot or a min thorn. Okay, so that's not bad. So he's got to have a little thorn shot. What did he use? A Titan. Hardly got there. So, okay, here we go. 11-7 in our face-ish. So let's see where we are here. We're into +7 already. So that'll pull me sort of at the max. Okay, so 11-7 there. 11-2 rings. So we're going to be into overpower for sure. Okay, about 5 rings up T. So I'll probably just play at max-ish. Right around there. Try, hopefully get a little further out than he did. Okay, perfect. So this here should leave us a min end bringer. Now, there's a trick to I don't know why, but there's a little glitch with the end bringer that I like to use +10 always. And I don't know why it is, but it seems you have to overplay that club. I don't know if it's the app or what it is, but I come up short or like a short adjustment all the time. So around the green, end bringer, I like to use always +10, see where I am, and go from there. This is a tough shot. With the shot that he had isn't easy. And even the shot that I have isn't easy. This green's not the greatest. I've got it sorted down that I like to play 2 topspin. Okay, so there is max into our end bringer with 2 topspin. So we're going to have 6-8 going up with that +10. So 9 is the max, but we're pulling it back so much, right, that we'll probably play it about 8. I'm going to go 8-6-ish. Okay, there we go. Straighten my line out a bit. And this should be going in the hole. Too hard, huh? So see, I had to pull even more. Like it's just such an over adjustment. Can't believe that missed. I played the +10. We saw where we were. We were at the +2 mark when we started our adjustment. That means we were bringing it back out of max. And it's just a weird club, the end bringer. So, maybe I should just start playing normal adjustments in +20. Let's see. If I played that 9s, like took a bit off a 9-8, 9-4. Because I was coming in bouncing. If I was coming in rolling, it just would have went in. So, not a good start to the video here. Not playing great, but at least we're, to talk things out. Hopefully, like I'm talking out my mistakes and stuff like that. Hopefully that still helps. So we've got an APOC on, so I don't like to do anything else but the sniper shot when I have that club. If I had a rock, I could play a rough bump. But with this one here, I just like to play a normal. So see, our min is there. So we're going to be about into mid. So usually it's about one topspin, but with that headwind, I'm going to play a 2 and a touch. Get our ball guide sort of in that area. Make sure where's our bounce. Okay, that looks pretty good. So 8-6 with that wind. In mid is 8-5. Hopefully this doesn't blast too far right. Go, baby. Get up there. So, although that's not the closest shot, it's actually a good shot. This shot, unless he has a Thor's, will win a lot of the time. I could have played a touch of curl there, but I really find on this hole, you really want to avoid curling left and spinning too far left because the grade of the lie of the land, it tends to always take it to the left. So I'd rather be a little farther out right and make sure that I'm on the green rather than hitting it left into the fringe and it doesn't come out. So that hole, like a lot of people will tell you, like the shot that it's 1-1, like, or, it's medium plus 10. Well, in a headwind, it would have been a lot more than that. It ended up on this hole to be that because it was a side wind. But on a head or a tail, right, you're going to have a lot more. See, this is the problem with the APOC on that shot. It's a guess. So, anyway. Let's see if this guy wants to play again. C100 guy. I like when I get the C100 guys because we're competing against them and I want to kick their ass. All right, crack another chest. So what do we got? We're up to 3 in a row. So you can see, even without really playing my best, by having in the shootout, especially by having good notes in the shootout and making the right play in the shootout, like not what he did, hit that the rough bump. Even if I had a cat on or whatever, I would be playing the shot I had because you just know the spins. And all you have to see is where that bounce is going to. You don't need the ball guide going to the hole. You just got to make sure you're clearing the rough. Like on that last shot, I wasn't even concentrating where the ball guide was. I was concentrating that the bounce was getting over the rough and that I was, because the wind effect would pull me back a bit, that I was quite a bit over that rough. And it was actually not a bad weight shot. So we will take it. So this hole, this is an interesting one to write down. So let's play, let's go Kingmaker again. And I'll show you a trick on this hole. So wind arrow, 8-2 with the APOC, okay? It's straight up. No elevation. We're going to play at the +5 mark, okay? With that red ring on the fringe of the thing there. Now with this wind, there's not a lot of spin. It's about 2.5 or almost, I'll play 2 3/4. Oh, we got an emoji bomber. I love these guys. So 7-1. Okay. And we're not going to play 100% right curl, just about 3/4 right curl. So this should, from my notes, bounce here, bounce on the rough and out, and see, perfect, right? So having the right notes, see, I just know, because I've memorized it now, that writing down, let's go delete this prick, this guy's annoying me. Just having the right spin, and we have that landing area that I do never changes. I always play that same landing area, and then on the different winds I have a different spin. So if the wind had have been in my face, right, I would play it about 4.5. If it's a real strong wind, about 5 topspin, okay, but about 4.5 in a normal wind topspin, okay. And if I had a right to left sort of a wind, I would play full curl to the right. You have to take a little curl off or you'll curl it too much when you have anything left to right. So you could do what this guy did too, and that's fine. I just know that my shot is always going to go in the fairway, and I don't stress about it. If I wasn't comfortable with that shot, I would have played the shot that he's playing too. But he's under the gun on his next shot to get close. Now a lot of people play off this pad. Okay, I play the rough bump here, and I'm not paying attention. I should have had a cat. So I prefer to have the cat on this hole because you're not into overpower. So I'm going to play only about 2 backspin. Get our sniper out, 9-7. So it's a rough bump. We don't play with the wind arrow. And we're about 9-9 max. Okay, so that's about there. See, I'm doing a reverse pull here. I'm going to pull backwards that way, which comes in handy. And we don't worry that the ball disappears because of the tree, because we're going to play the big curl around anyway. So we just don't worry about that. And this shot well, great left is not good, but this shot usually tends to get pretty close. Oh, that was a piece of shit. Just because. See, that's not me paying attention. I should have the cat on, and it's just a simple shot. I'm into overpower. And that's where I screwed up, is I don't think I went into overpower, is why I came up short. And, talking and trying to play isn't the best for me yet. I'll get better at it. But it's good to talk it out. That shot I've sunk before a few times. Just a couple, depending on the wind, between 1 and 3 backspin, and just the rough bump out into the, and it just, what it does is it just dribbles out, and there's a nice little roll out it towards the green. So this is a tough shot the guy has because it's a big adjustment with the Spitfire. Let's see, he did only about 5. There's about 7 or 8 rings. I don't know where he was into his max. Fucking right through the tree. Though it hit the tree. So that's the disadvantage of going to where he's going. On the shot that he did play off the tee, and if you do play that shot, just try and not play too much topspin because that's what happens. You roll through the fairway. Okay, these shots, okay, full top. Okay, because I got a little, I'm not going to use the app. I wish I was a little further and I could show you a little trick of when you're around the green. Now here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to protect the great right. So I'm going to aim, so I want to aim there. So that's where I want to be. I think that's the middle. So I'm going to go a little to the right. And what I'm doing is trying to protect that if I do hit it a touch great right, it'll still go in the hole. So I get a 2 out of 3 chance. So that was a touch great right. Go ahead, baby. So see how that was a really good trick if you haven't seen that before. So where I lined up is I wanted where I thought I had to aim was in the very left of the cup. And then I moved it a touch for the wind, okay, just a touch. Now, right, and why I did that, because if I hit that perfect or if I hit it great right, it was going in the hole. If I had lined up for the middle of the hole and then moved it a little right, that would have missed the hole. Okay, so what I essentially did was gave myself a 2 out of 3 chance, right? Instead, because if I hit it great, if I aim for the middle and I hit great left or great right, I'm missing on both. So I only have the 33% chance. I got to hit it perfect, right? So that's a little trick. Same with long putts, right? Protect the side you miss to the most. Like if the arrow you play comes right from the right into the middle, right? Most people tend to hit great right there. So if you do that, right, or if you tend to hit great left, aim to the other side. So if you do that, especially on a long putt where they miss sometimes when you hit it great, right, protect that from happening. And now you've got a better chance of making your shot. Okay, so I'm not sure where we're at. Where are we into this here? So 30 minutes. So I'm gonna try and cut these always to an hour or shorter. I think the last one yesterday we did a little longer, but we were streaking. I think we got up to 12. I'll do it. Actually, what I'll do is I'm just gonna keep playing until I lose a game, and then maybe we'll do another one later. Okay, so this hole here is pretty straightforward. This would be another big topper hole if you had a big topper, right, where you could play from the left, okay, or you could play from the right, depending on the wind, and you just play the big topper, and you just see where the bounce is, that it's going to bounce over the bunker, you know, and not too much. If you play at a downwind, too much spin will go through the green and into the water. So something to be careful about. If you don't have, like I have a Thor 6, it has all that topspin. If you don't have that club, again, the big topper it's an underrated club. People laugh at it or whatever. Underrated. All that topspin, just you know, but you have to feel comfortable that it's not accurate, so that you hit perfect or you know the good great rights or left. Okay, so this one I'm gonna put my Taurus on. Right. So this shot, see, I could play it from there or from here with spin. So the wind's not too heavy, so I'm gonna play it from here. And what I'm trying to do is put it through that rough. Okay, so here, bounce, bounce, right? If I had a downwind, I would try and bounce right over. Okay, so this is our idea. Okay, so Thor's hammer, 5-2. There's really no wind. I'm going to add a touch to whatever it is, so I'm going to play it 3-2. Okay, little left curl to offset the wind. And as long as our second bounce, it should be close, right? We want to bounce and see. A lot of times we're a little too far and we hit the bunker. And that's okay because I've been here so many times. This shot's pretty dialed in too if I hit it perfect. A lot of times you'll clip that bunker and just bounce out. And that's a lot similar to the shot we played earlier. It's not an easy shot though what I played. I mean, the way I was making it sound easy, the way that I was explaining it out. But because of the wind effect, like I just bounced too far there. And I'm not sure why I did. I could go back and look. Woo, nice shot. Excuse me. All right, so Malibu. So always when you have these shots. Okay, so I'm putting the take shot button on where my guy is, right? Here, and I can scroll out a bit more. And then see where my landing area is, I'm going to guess that's about 40%. And that's what I know that I had written in my notes at some point. So 5.5 wind that way. I'm going to do that. And I'm going to play it at about 40. So that's 2 rings. I'm going to put a touch of backspin on and go right at it. And now if I hit perfect, I'm pretty sure this is going to go in. Let's see. The one thing is I keep leaving myself no time. I'm not used to playing while I'm talking. That wasn't a great adjustment either. And fuck. Pretty sure that would have been at the hole if I hit it perfect. So we're not doing the greatest video of shots, but at least we're talking about. After this game, because I want to remind myself of the notes that I made. Actually, you know what I'll do is I'll show you the way that I do notes on the next one, because I'll do it at the front of the stream. Just in case people have watched and they're not watching the whole thing, they probably see the start. More people will see the start of the video. Any of the guys watch it from our clan and from the daily clusters can't express more how it's worked out great. We've done this merge. So many good guys. Love talking in the chat. The chat's always active. Lots of fun. Good people, good times. It's been a lot of fun getting to know new people. We're now, I think, into our 5th sort of a merge, where we probably have about 10 guys roughly from each ish. And it's been a lot of fun. And, we're doing well. Trying to stay in the C100. It's not easy. And we're all family guys. And, there's no pressure. We have minimums to hit. And that's all we can do. We can't sit there and play forever. I have more time than most people. Okay, this shot here. So I'm going to play it 1.5 because it's a side wind. Okay, yellow up there. So here and 8.5. So there's no side wind, doesn't do anything for us. So we'll see if we really are side. And yeah, we're pretty side. So we're going to start here. Pull down 4.6-ish. Pull that up. and full curl because we're the left to right wind, and hopefully we can get it over there enough. Okay, this is a good shot. Perfect. So if you have on this hole, if you have the right to left wind, you don't want to play full curl. You got to take the curl off. Make the same adjustment. So that would I play into a headwind-ish. I play one unless it's strong. I might even go only half a backspin. If I've got a tailwind, I'll play it about 3 backspin. So all that one is about is the weight down. So you can see I'm not playing very well. Okay, I play usually a lot better than I'm playing, but knowing the shootouts, right, and having, I've done all the notes and written them down, which help me remember where I don't really need to look at them while I'm playing. It absolutely, will win games all the time. It's the shootouts are where it's at. If someone holds one off the fairway, or they do not, like I expect to, what I play sometimes, but I've been playing this game forever, and zoned in shots from the fairway. So I get mad at myself when I don't put them in. But the thing is I still feel very comfortable against anybody in the shootouts, because I tend to put it tight, and I've got the notes, and I'm just super comfy. So this one here, I'm not going to go crazy here. I'm just going to put one on the right side. I would normally actually just play a rock here, but I'm going to see if I can get it down a bit further. So Thor's 9-6 down into here. Okay, so 7-1 rings. So you could say, I feel with these grid lines, you can feel pretty comfortable about pulling or pushing either way. If you've only got using the take shot button with no grid lines, right, then you've got to pull sort of the one direction, which is down towards, use the take shot button as your reference points. What the fuck is going on here? Jesus Christ. I'm playing terrible. I just thought the wind effect would take that out to the right. Never thought in a million years that would have went in the bunker. Anyway, we're okay. We can reach from there. And it's not a very sinkable shot anyway, so I'm not too concerned about it. Like the way we always played was we adjusted with that take shot button to bring it down. And there's nothing wrong with that. I find these grid lines do help. And it's not even that, it's after I've adjusted. They help me keep my, what the hell's going on here? They help me keep the ball straight, or the adjustment straight. And I'll show an example of that. So where are we? That's max. So we're just going to try and plop one up the hill there. Something like that. The wind effect will take us out a bit. So 9-3 out into max is 8-9. So because we're bringing it way down, I'm going to play it, I'm going to guess about 8-8. Okay. You get lucky sometimes. You can hit this hill. I've had guys drain them on me. It doesn't really matter great or not because I aimed left. So sometimes you get lucky and it comes up this hill. It rolls right in. Pretty close. So that's like a little trick on this hole, that it doesn't really matter if you're great left or right there, as long as you're in the middle of that hill and you get that nice that nice roll down. I've had people drain that before on me. I'm gonna go have a dart. This cat's driving me nuts. He's fucking all over the place. Almost beer 30. It is 12:30 here in Vegas. I've got my work done for the day. Hopefully this isn't too much background noise. Okay, so where are we at here? We're 5 in a row. So it's also good to see how many games you can play in an hour. So I've played only, this is game 6 into 40 minutes, which doesn't seem fast enough. So that's 7 minutes a game average. Should be faster than that. Oh, I forgot we did that quick thing at the beginning. That's why I'd like to average around 5 if I can. Alright, so next. They never want a rematch. Alright, let's go. Alright, we're due for a loss. The way I'm playing here, I'm just due for a loss. Okay, I know this one. So this will be an APOC, so I'll get that ready. Oh, this is the other one. So there's 2 holes that look alike. Oh no, this is the different one. So this is an APOC shot, this one. Now you could also use a power ball and go right after the green here. When you do come up short, it's a very similar shot that we had earlier with that Endbringer shot. Oh, we did have this hole earlier, yeah. I might just put a power ball on and rocket the green. Depends on where he goes. He's got the Thors out, so he's trying to play the big topspin shot. Another hole for the big topper. You know, if you get the right wind. I think if you have 5 bags, that you should have a big topper in it, unless you have a good Thors with all that topspin. So he's back further. That's the tough shot that we talked about earlier. I think, let's just see where, so that gets us, so with a power 3 ball, 5-5 gets us about 4 rings, and that's not quite enough. So we are going to take out the big boy, this power 5, I like this ball, and we don't want, I think, what is this hole now? I think it's 2 topspin. Yes, the best shot is to clip that rough and play a rough up to the front of the green. So 5.5 at power 5 ball is 4-1. Right, so I'm going to see that horizontal or the vertical line, something like that. So that was there-ish, and a little curl, and hopefully we can get that. I was hoping to be able to clip the rough. I'm going to end up, hole high to the left, which is sinkable too. And you see, if I played too much topspin, I would have rolled to the bunker. You don't want to be deep here. You just get it up short. Had this shot a lot. I'm there a lot. I always get worried about hitting great right and overplay it. Certainly not the best played holes, but we're still winning games, right? From the the knowledge of the shootouts, we're staying competitive enough. So see the way he adjusted, right? He's guessing. He's not going with the wind properly. All right, Endbringer. So we see where we are. See, there's the change. So the min, that's about 25%. Okay, which is min, 25% is the true min of the Endbringer. Okay, take some off. We want to go through the hole a little bit. So right about there. 6-9. Straight up. I'm put plus 10 on because it's stupid club. So a min is 2 rings. I know this is like an overplay. Most people would just get up and shoot it, but I like to be, I like to know that if I do screw up, it's not going to be because I adjusted wrong. And with the Endbringer 100%, when you're great left or right, you're just going to drill it anyway. So it's always right to make the proper adjustment right in the center with an Endbringer, because if you do hit the great left or right, it's still going to go in. On the min shot. On the max, I might have missed. So what's that, 6? All right, let's keep going. So when I learned how to play, okay, the way that I made notes was I watched. So it was actually to when I got to 2 or 11 where I started stumbling a bit and not winning as much, and I went to Ian Ballinger's channel and just studied the shit out of the way that he played the holes. So he's got tons of 2 or 11 data, and went crazy with that with the notes, and that's when I learned, how to do the notes properly, and it just really helps. Okay, this cat's driving me nuts. I'm gonna stop this for now. I'm gonna do another one later. So thanks for your patience, guys. I hope this is helping some people. Give me some feedback. Tell me I'm an idiot. Tell me you like it. Whatever it is, it's fine. I got big shoulders. Um, Tell me you don't like my cat meowing. Whatever it is. You can reach me, Andrew Russell, through our Facebook page, our Clusterfuck Facebook page. You can get me on Messenger. If we're not friends already, friend me. I want all of us to work as a group and work together. I'm trying to talk some guys in that are 2 or 11 players, 2 or 9 players, 2 or 8 players, guys that want to do some videos and do the data. We can upload them up on the page, on the YouTube, and and as a group, that's for me, which is fun. Is that we get better as a group together and kick some ass. So hopefully some of these hauls helped you guys, and we'll see you next time.